watch your video. I was in there early. I cash in early, baby.
Seriously, I have more to say about this at the end of the video, but thank you to Ludwig, Myth, Wilnap, and Dan Clancy. Thank you to everyone in their communities who checked out the video and came by my channel to drop likes and comments and hit the subscribe button. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It means the world to me. Anyways, as I watched about this more and more, I started to
Thanks to yourself, man.
list a few other things that needed to be addressed.
Now, let me tell you, this is statistical analysis. Bonnie, I don't think was any happier than you guys are to receive this news, to have uncovered this news. He loves.
Numbers don't lie. Strikes per game, 3 catches per game, that's 12 to 25.
His Ludwig's catches were, I think, were insane. Thank you, man.
Chad, let me make one thing clear. Mama didn't raise no bitch.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this.
Oh, well,
Ludwig might not be able to respond to every single one of you. He has millions of subscribers and tens of thousands of people watching his live streams. But I have like 4 viewers, and one of them is my girlfriend, and another one is my brother. And let me tell you, I have the fucking time.
Choice.
Some of you guys think you can type your silly little messages
I
in a
need
silly
more
little chat,
for that.
and eventually they'll all just evaporate into the internet stratosphere.
They do think
and
that.
no one will ever remember them, right?
kind of
Worthy
Some
of a
ones and
samurai.
zeros in some server somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, the jig is up, dolls. Step away from the keyboard, hands where I can.
Chill.
First,
You're responding to being paid by me?
I look forward
I wish. I got a lot of comments and I see all people, including Dan Clancy, say that I was paid by Ludwig to make this video and talk about how great it was. But I didn't know how to design.
There's no way, but Bobby, care to apply because you did blaze Ludwig in the event. He's most definitely a fucking Ludwig, yeah, for sure.
Let me just say, again, this was objective data, people. 100% honestly, don't do this project. I genuinely thought Michael Beans would end up as the most physically dominant player. Now, I love Ludwig and I draw a lot of inspiration from him in my videos, but Ludwig himself said it best.
This is statistical analysis. Bondi, I don't think, was any happier than you guys are to receive. You don't even need to respond to these episodes, right? Okay. Unless someone's trying to make the argument that I paid for you to do it, so I could have some YouTube video where I paid a fake statistician, like I was Dream paying for the fucking physicist, which I also don't think was exactly real, but you know what I mean? But if that's what I was going for, then you could maybe make a legitimate argument. I think they're just saying it because they're not happy with it. You don't need to reply. You know what they are, Bobby? They're bitter people who aren't happy with the facts. Okay?
Whoa.
Let me tell you what the same group does when they're not happy with facts. The insurrection on our nation. Does it sound familiar? People who see numbers and they fear the numbers. What do those people do? They lash out. Yeah. So, Bombi, they're not too dissimilar. These Dan Clancy's and Will Neffs and these insurrectionists, they see facts, they receive fear. This news to have uncovered this news, but it would be an injustice to not report the facts based off the objective data. The objective data.
Still, there are some people who try and cook the books. Dodgeball. So you can say that the event was rigged, you can say the balls were rigged, Will Neff was fucking throwing, whatever, but you start talking shit about my game, whoa, now we have a, okay, whoa, clean operation, alright? Let's just take a second while I scroll through here. And again, I didn't want to do this, guys, but you made me do this, okay? And now you look dumb. And you look dumb because you doubted me. And that,
In a way, you look dumb here, I'm not gonna lie. I get the vibe that we're going for here. In a way, I think you, and I'm just gonna say this candidly, Bobby, I think you are the loser if you're scrolling through reviews tracking every single throw after watching a dodgeball event on repeat multiple times to find the statistical data for it. I respect you finding the data.
Come, my lord. The story of Uchitsune
Like
awaits.
what we're actually looking at here.
that was your mistake, okay? That's what you screwed up. You guys really thought I wasn't going to come with a receipt for the next video, but here I am. I'm going to come, okay? I'm here with the receipts. Not okay, my rank, my evidence. I'm bring my data to the table. What the fuck do you have? Your little comments, your
Bobby, chill, Bobby.
nothing.
Bobby, chill.
Which are video game monkey. I'm an international.
What? Oh my God! I've never seen a statistical analyst act like this before. He's coming.
I am going to get away with it.
Okay, I'm coming.
Look at this. Look at this data. Look
I see it.
Mine's just still going.
I know.
All day. It just goes forever. This never stops. I never stop rolling.
Where's the sunglasses?
Through right now.
Were they on the whole time?
No. Okay, shut the fuck up. And just to circle back here, I do want to make it abundantly clear that I have never been paid a single red penny from YouTube or Twitch or Monday or any other creator person. I'm not here doing this.
We know this. We know this.
Please talk. Okay, please. Okay. Let's move here.
What? I'm sorry, where did this come from? You can't just throw a part 2 autism.
Sakai.
Jesus Christ. Alright. Part 2 autism.
Sensei,
Let's get to it.
any word on Tomoe?
Yes, but I'm not sure you're ready for
You don't
her.
have to have autism to
You
be
make it sound like a
interested in
demon.
That's not far off the mark. Tomoe is fearless. She is not samurai,
You don't have to.
but she is a
Oh, no,
born killer.
You don't have to
I
reply.
know the type.
No,
It's okay.
you do not.
There's something known as the Barbra Streisand effect. And it's when more people didn't think that because you like numbers, you run this. That more people thought. Most people thought that. Select few might have thought that. But bringing
Come,
up the
where are we
argument
headed?
and
An
fighting
archery
against
ring.
it, more people are
Focus on
now
Mongo's
going to
training.
think it than
Suspect Tomoe will hit them.
If Tomoe is truly fearless, she'd make a useful ally.
The starving leopard is fearless too.
Leopards
Honestly, if
can't
you were
master your
autistic,
way
you'd
of the
probably
bull.
also
Let it
maybe
go,
crush it,
Sakai.
right? If it was
You
your
will never join
hyperfixation
us.
to be fire at numbers, you might even cry.
The best way to rid yourself of an enemy is to befriend them.
Which is what the Mongols have done.
For now, we could change that.
You saw what she did to the prisoners at Fort Nakayama. That is no mistake. That was a
I
choice.
gotta skip this section.
And
I
for the
got
first
you.
time
There's
she's
no
made
way
it.
plot a Rubik's Cube.
We don't know what
I
was her
gotta
fault.
skip this section.
I learned to solve the Rubik's Cube in like 2 days, and my brother is really into chess. All that stuff is
No, it's like my brother and my father are all hyperfixations, and we all walk on our toes, but we all really like numbers, and so I don't get this complaint.
just kind of a staple in our personalities, I guess. And the last time
You
I
have to
was a
climb to
doctor,
get
the
there.
only thing he told
Sure
me
you can
was that
make
I
it,
was
Sensei?
severely artistic, and that it would be good for me to spend time around other artistic people.
What are you waiting for,
But
Sakai?
seriously, I have never received a diagnosis for autism. I've also never been told that I don't have autism, and frankly, I wouldn't really care if I did. I don't think there's anything wrong at all with having autism. In fact, there are lots of extremely successful people throughout history who are said to
You need a
have
hand,
autism.
Sensei?
Anyways, not to belabor the point here, but I don't think a single thing in my life would change if a doctor told me
Not
I had
bad,
autism.
Sakai.
And I don't think it's anything that anyone should be ashamed of. Okay, just don't drink and chat, okay? You might get pulled over.
Stats for
One
dummies.
big comment that I've received a lot from a bunch of different people is about dodging.
You said the only way up was to climb.
No.
One thing that
I said you had to climb.
It's
It's good exercise.
Good exercise.
Mongol and Japanese.
If they were here, they're long gone.
You might pick up their trail by the practice target.
There is no target.
3 feet, 1 foot, or is it only when you physically have to move to avoid being hit by a ball? But
What if you block a ball? Does that count as a
Near
dodge?
that watchtower.
who's to say
Not
that the
bad,
player
Sensei.
would have gotten
Find
hit
out where
if
they
they
went.
didn't move? And it's not a simple calculation either. I can't just take the number of times each player was targeted and subtract the number of times they were
Move
able
it,
to
Sakai.
strike. Because let me tell you, as a person who watched this entire tournament in excruciating detail, some of these are just bad throws. Really bad throws. No dodging necessary. Anyways, the bottom line here is that including dodges as a category would just open up a whole new can of worms.
I think that wouldn't be a bad way to track
How many
it.
Mongols
Maybe
is
only at
Tomoe
the professional
training?
level, but I think if you looked at all the
Severed
targets
head.
and then subtracted the
Used
hits,
for target practice.
you would get some
Sensei,
sort of value.
Mongols here.
Because maybe it also places a value on the amount of time you're targeted. If you're targeted an exceptionally high amount of time, if you are seen as a threat. So maybe it would value that. So yeah, I don't know how much money
Sensei,
Creative
use your help.
competition that I made in my last video, and honestly, I don't think it had that big of an impact on the final outcome. That being said, I knew I was going to get this piece of feedback, which is the reason why I included the number of times each player was targeted as a category. So we have the number of times each player was targeted, and I think personally that that's the best alternative for dodges. Last but not least, I just want to go to the chat.
Good
Just
work,
had their first
Sakai.
high school stats class earlier this
Resting
week,
your bow
was
arm,
asking me
Sensei.
about key values.
Observing your
Yes, this is a
response
limited
to an
sample
ambush.
size. There are only 30
I don't know that this is.
players and 16.
You knew those Mongols were still here.
Yes.
You didn't think to mention it?
If you can't handle a few Mongols, what good will you be against Tomoe?
This is war, not a test.
And how many wars have you fought?
Here are the player and team rankings, and for those of you who
I'll test you as I see
here are the
fit.
distribution terms, okay?
I can see why Tomoe attacked you.
Alright, happy? Now everyone's happy, and that's great. And if one more person asks me about fucking p-values and dodgeball
Where did she
statistics,
go,
I am going to engage
I'll
in
look around.
criminal activities.
A lot
Another
of
thing people
tracks.
were surprised by
A
was
dozen
how
men.
low
Maybe
Will
more.
Never. And in my
Follow the
personal
trail.
opinion, he wasn't as high up there because he started gifting a few rounds here and there to Team Twitch and YouTube later in
We
the
catch her.
tournament.
Do not
And
wait
if
for
you
me.
watch the final
Attack
parts
and
of
keep
those
moving.
matches, he wasn't really
You
trying
die.
to hide anything.
Do
A
you
big
plan to
reason
use your
why
bow this
Ludwig,
time?
Nick, Michael,
If we find
and
her.
others did so
And if
well in
not?
this
Can
tournament
you take a
was
dozen
because they
enemy soldiers
actually
without
tried
me?
throughout the entire thing.
If I
Which
must.
is something really
Good
admirable in my
answer.
opinion and shouldn't be overlooked. And yeah, you're supposed to try, but how many people do you know in life that think it's cool to just not care and not give their best effort at something because it's like they're too good for it or something? It actually takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there in front of a whole bunch of people and try to be good at something.
I think this is true. However, I do think Will Neff was doing it because Team Kick was so OP that it was becoming unfair.
And I am definitely not saying it. But Will Neff was too cool for school. I actually think what he did was very admirable. The way he clearly cared so much about winning, but still had the wherewithal to realize that he didn't need to stomp all over everyone else and let them know he was the greatest dodgeball player on earth, which he very well might be. I definitely think he would have ranked higher if he had gone all out, but he's too good for that. You know, he's a humble king. A lot of people also came in the comments on that video, and I've been trying to respond to as many of them as possible. A lot of people came in also. I did just want to take a second to point out one of my favorite comments, which was about me wanting to be on commentary for the next event. I don't want to overstep here, but I just want to say that I made my video because I thought it was kind of additive to the event. Box scores and statistics and all the things I covered in my video, I was really just trying to add value to the game system. But one other thing that I think would be really additive to the event overall is that the sideline reporter there for in-game analysis and sideline interviews and all that kind of fun stuff. I think would be cool. Last but not least, one other item I wanted to cover was that I saw a few people in chat saying that I was using a fake background. They thought I was using a green screen or something in my video. I am not using a
Bobby, you're just like it too much, right? You're doxing yourself to reply to something.
And again, thank you to Ludwig, Tim, Will Neff, and Danny Clancy for checking out my video. And I know I'm kind of busting your chops in this video, but thank you to everyone in their communities and everyone in the chats and everyone who came to my channel to show some love. It really does mean a lot to me that people are
Did you see a
enjoying my
Japanese
videos.
woman
I
with
enjoy
these
making
mongols?
them,
I couldn't
and to see
believe it.
so many people liking
She was
and
giving them orders.
What did she say?
and subscribing to the channel
Something about
is just
the
awesome.
sensei.
It's only up from
And the
here,
hot
and
springs, that's
I hope you
all
stick
I heard,
around
my
because
lord.
One Piece Season 2 is
Forgive
about to
me.
be crazy. We hit 500 subscribers last night while I was live on Twitch.
Shit.
Stream overall.
Jeez.
Looks like we might hit 1,000 subs by the end of the day today.
Buddy, we're at 2 rack.
Which is just insane to me. Thank you to all my friends as well. Everyone
I
who tried
taught
to
a
send in.
monster
My
how to
girlfriend
hunt.
was a huge help with the dodgeball video, and
They
my
heard
brother
Tomoe
who I
giving
had on
orders to
FaceTime
the mongols. She mentioned here she spins.
She's just getting started.
Needless to say, the dodgeball video is now the best performing video on my channel to date, and like I said,
Where do you
it's just
fight?
the beginning. Anyway, lots
It's not
of
where it goes well, and it's not mine.
Before I ask you to like and
You've
subscribe,
never faced an enemy like this.
I do just have one more thing I want to say.
I do what I must to defeat them.
So would I, he's a guardian. I'd kill him with
But I do have a
touch
very
around like a
special
thief.
announcement to make,
You
and that
didn't
is
see
that the
Komodo.
track list
I've
for
seen
Video Game
enough.
Monkey Player 2 just got leaked as well. I have no idea who leaked
I know
this,
it was
but here it
brutal,
is, dropping
but I
in
won't
Bobby
train
Season
another
2.
monster.
Anyway,
We got
I know.
Joji and Will Neff on
I
a
won't
beat.
let that
I have
happen.
no idea who leaked this, but here it is, dropping in Bobby Season 2.
Hell
Anyway,
yeah.
if you're new channel, you want to catch up on Bobby
Tomoe
Season
is
1,
going
I
after
have a
Yoshi
full
Springs.
recap video that are dropping in the next
I need
couple
to
of days,
prepare.
so be on the lookout
So
for
do
that.
you.
Anyways, I am
I'll
not
see you
paid
at
by
my
Ludwig,
dojo
but if
sometime.
you think I should be, sure you're not.
It's true you are not, Bobby. Damn, 100K views. Bobby, I might take a look at another one of your videos. I'm going to make a gut call here. I think we should go. I'm going to make a gut call here. But keep killing it, man. Keep making videos. He's at 3K. What? No, he's at 2K. Don't subscribe to him unless you're going to watch. Because here's the thing about it. You guys are like, you guys like feeling good about yourselves. Right? That's what you guys like to do. You don't necessarily even care about the success of other people as long as you feel good about yourself along the way. What's wrong with that? So what happens sometimes is like we have accepting of people. A lot of you are subscribing subscribing because it is a heartwarming story of someone who made a video that took a lot of effort and it got a lot of success, and they're very, overwhelmed with this amount of success and are very appreciative of it. And you want to be a part of that moment. You want to help them feel good by being a part of it, subscribing. But you don't actually give a fuck about watching the videos. Right? So how many times have we seen this, man? Where somebody comes along, it's a heartwarming story, it's someone who got picked on or maybe just made a fucking great-ass video, they get a bunch of views on it, and people subscribe to, like feels good and boost them, and then it doesn't fruit to anything, because you actually don't care about watching the person, you just care about being a part of it. So I'm not saying don't subscribe. I'm saying subscribe because you like it, not because you want to artificially boost the numbers, because the higher the number is, the better you feel about yourself. Because that won't help the creator. Then the creator's going to have 5,000 subscribers, 50% of which don't even care to watch the videos, and the click-through rate's going to go to the trash. And this is an issue that's happened with, I know, The Veil in the past, and some other creators that have made content adjacent to us.
My mother believed Inari is my guardian.
Having said that,
She saw a fox chasing fireflies outside our home the day I was born.
She knew that foxes are Inari's messengers in our world. When you see one, always follow where it leads.
I will. Thank you.
I say get rid of these. I'm saying
He
By the way,
always has a new story.
Bobby Sing video. I hope your next
Do you
one's sick
need
too.
anything, my lord?
You think shit.
You have enough to feed little Imo.
Yeah, if you like the video, you subscribe. I mean, go off. Ignore everything I just said.
You think the Mongols will...
But I think some people listen to the nostalgic, sentimental music and then Bobby going, man, we hit 500 subscribers, that was sick. And then go, oh, that was it. So I try to be cautious. There's a reason I don't link his channel and say, hey, subscribe right now. And it's because of that. Alright. Let's take a look at this. I'm curious, I haven't seen this. If you guys don't know about the Chugga Conroy thing, Chugga Conroy.
Several years ago, I donated after a bad breakup. You encouraged me to work on myself, which I didn't remember. I'm happy to say I just got engaged to a wonderful woman, and I thank you for your words of wisdom those years ago.
Deal, thank you for $10. Congratulations to you and your fiance, the Rizzer himself. I met a lot of fans actually at the Samsung event. Turns out most of my viewers have a significant other. It just seems like kind of a guarantee. Alright? If you watch Ludwig, you end up with significant other. It's not a matter of when, or excuse me, it's not a matter of if, but when. It just happens. Hire Bobby as a commentator. I probably wouldn't hire Bobby as a commentator, but perhaps if I did an event that required some statistics, I could get the statistics catered live, and if that is a feature, I can help Bobby get a team to get statistics. But I won't promise anything, because I don't know if we'll do the dodgeball event again. Candidly, we'll see. It was fun. But I have another idea for something, but I can't leave it. But maybe confirm the alright. Chugga Conroy. And this is the response that I have not yet. So curious. Hey, what if I ask anyone who thinks Melvin can still run down? Any further negativity really should be treated with respect. Sir, I know that I have hurt Emily with my actions. These are choices I made myself, and I don't think it's relevant how I felt or what my intentions were in terms of my actions. I just want to say the end result is that I really hurt you and made you feel uncomfortable. I hate that it made you feel that way, and I wish you the best. It took me longer than it should have to take the hint that something was wrong. I should have assumed you were busy with traveling when things were fine. I only began putting it together when the time continued. Because you were too long, and I apologize for doing so. When you communicated this way to me privately a few months ago, I apologize to you directly and promise I would never repeat this kind of behavior again with anyone. It's like a direct thing. To Emily. We're reading Sugar Conway wrote the whole everything plus this on YouTube. Twitter, maybe?
Not all the
I've
samurai
done similar
died
things in the
at
past
home.
with other people. I'm still friends with some of them. While I have fallen out in contact with others, if you're uncomfortable with how I behave, this apologies for you as well.
Lord Sakai,
No matter
come
my intentions,
quickly.
I'm sorry the impact was harmful. I will not reach out to you myself again. And then also said it. Once you shared how I made you feel, it was a huge wake-up call, and I immediately sought professional help to seek therapy. I've worked in the months ever since, then to do better, and do what you wish, which is fine. Seems like it's it goes on. Okay. I would like to be briefly clear of speculation about my relationship. I love my girlfriend. She was aware this conversation took place and consented to it and saw what was posted across no lines between us at the start of our relationship. That's convenient. Together, I would trust her to tell me if I do something to upset her. I wish to take the space to thank her for being with me through this and apologize for the immense amount of stress my situation has caused her because it hasn't been fair to her. Separately from above, I also want to touch on my discussion about passionate about my interest, and I now understand how to come across others. Well, that's not I decided around the time of the incident that I would never do this again and learn from it, but I understand disappointed. Shit. I just joined him out of the loop. There was a post made last week from someone named Emily that said Sugar Conroy is being really pushy about getting feet pics. Foot fetish stuff. And that was his reply. Which seemed pretty thorough.
Looking for me?
Very dull. Very dull. How do you reply? But you know what's good about it is it's such a straightforward reply that it almost begs no additional discussion as opposed to a reply that involves a ukulele. That you can just kind of appreciate Sugar Conroy running it as an adult and then move on and make a personal decision whether you want to continue if you were still watching Sugar Conroy or not. And if you were never watching Sugar Conroy, then the movie's over and you can throw your popcorn bags out as you exit. Shit movie. Look, man.
Last year I started watching an insane YouTuber called Hardest Geezer. He's running from bottom southest point of Africa to the most northern point, raising money for charity. Can you try that run as well, Ludwin?
I've realized that it's part of why I've uploaded on Mogul Mail less. That Mogul Mail and other commentary channels thrive on somebody fucking up. And then taking their fuck up and extrapolating it into a video and contextualizing their fuck up, and then maybe at points admonishing their fuck up. But the reality is people fuck up, and I think what's so much more interesting than the fuck up
So